Well, a lot has happened today. Here it is 11:15 in the night time, and I've got some things to talk to you about. It's been a cool and rainy day. I feel like a failure today, and without any support at all. I'm sitting out on my front steps now, letting God's tears spit on me. I don't care if I get a little wet. The moisture will dry. What I'm really sad about is the dawning of reality that I will never again be believed of the truth I tell. What a fucked up thing to do to someone else's life and completely destroy it, all over something as trivial as doing drugs in the privacy of your own home. I went into my backyard about 15 minutes ago and saw a baggie on the ground in front of the steps to the west side of the yard. There's absolutely no reason at all why there should be an empty baggie out there in the first place. I picked it up and brought it inside and threw it into an appropriate container. Some asshole is trying to set me up. There is no other explanation for it to be out there in the first place. I hate my neighbors and my neighborhood for what they've done to me, trying to get something illegal to happen. Remove me forcibly from the home I own. This crew of people are insane and very possessed by the devil, trying to still get their way. When are they going to side with the people? I grow more and more disinterested in what my mom says in our daily chats. I'm so angry that she doesn't believe me of all the things that have gone on in the neighborhood. Her total dismissiveness is very odd, along with nothing else to say. My neighbors and captors have ruined everything in my life. And if they don't make things right, they will never be the same and never improve. I've retold what the two men did and what Patty did, and she told me that those things were not crimes. Oh my God. Impersonating a federal officer not being a crime? And people telling lies about somebody else's arrest record and medical record? That's not criminal? I nearly hung up the phone on my mom. I excused myself from the conversation and said I'll talk to her later. My captors are the biggest assholes who ever lived. To cool off, I went out for a cigarette. A car, parking for the movie theater, turned around at the Midgard-Woodbine intersection. I walked towards my driveway and noticed Patty had 2 guests at her house. So I went for a walk with my phone in hand. The video wouldn't start for the red pickup, but I got a great view in the 6-second video of a white SUV with plate GDA 7570. I went around the block, recording from the corner to the intersection, and still couldn't get the red truck. Third time's a charm, right? So I got into my car, intending to write it down on the back of Bill's letter, but I couldn't find my pen. I decided to wing it and try to memorize the plate as I drove by slowly. Rounding the corner, I saw the plate, clear as a blue sky. OSU Win 1 on the back bumper. All of this commotion occurred from 8:10 to 8:20 p.m. I'm exhausted and ready for bed from the experience. It's clear that this technology does not want me to win. But then again, I did get the plates I needed to place now 3 people at Patty's on the same day. I texted her in the morning about the disappearing reports of crime and asking her and Arvid to cooperate with the authorities and reading and needing to report the crimes again to the police, which is something I still need to do. Because now it looks like there's not anything that ever happened. I've been racking my brain about how to get evidence that the crime of the 2 Secret Service imposters was reported to the police. Tonight, I figured out a way. The 45-minute phone conversation with Officer Lutz. The best part is that it just wasn't me saying the crime, but also the officer saying, quote, "Many offenses have occurred." This means, because he was aware of the crime, that he should have reported it. Now I'm covered for all 3 reports being documentable, with the police's own doing, with a phone call, a PDF of the temporary report, and the cruiser cam. Now I need to find a lawyer. I went outside around 10:30 to have a blueberry muffin and was enjoying the quiet. Then Arvid came home with all his friends in the world in the car with him, 3 passengers. They didn't stay very long. They must have all gone somewhere. After some conversation, which all sounded nonsensical, there was a statement about 5 a.m. tomorrow. The backyard gate clicked. Como neighbor. And 2 people walked to their cars. Not Patty's guests, after all. They were Arvid's. I heard the 2 men say tomorrow to each other, and then the white SUV pulled away first, and then the red pickup. Again, in the right place at the right time. I better go to bed now so I'm up bright and early, so I don't miss any of Arvid's planned tragedy.